Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys, and I'm back. I got my voice back. So, guys, we're gonna jump into it. We're gonna talk about the Nissan Z GT4, and I did about this before in another video, but Nissan finally decided to bring this car to SEMA. So, guys, let's go. Let's hit that intro. Welcome everybody back to Boost Emotion, guys. And good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Thank you. Welcome everybody back. Welcome everybody back to the channel. First thing, my Boost Emotion family, I know you guys have already hit that like button, so appreciate you guys and thank you for your guys' support. And if you're new to the Boost Emotion channel, if you enjoy this type of content, hopefully I earned that like button right now. But also on top of that, definitely hit the subscribe button with the bell notification, hit all. But anyway, guys, let's go. Let's jump into it. You know, we're a Nissan Infinity channel, but I report the automotive news and I do talk about other things outside of Nissan Infinity. Well, in this case, we're talking about goddamn Nissans. So let's jump into it. So if anyone doesn't know, SEMA is pretty much the show that happens every year where a bunch of automakers with a bunch of automotive companies with a bunch of money, they throw stuff at cars and they just want to outdo each other. That's all it is. It's a fashion show for freaking cars. That's all it is. Well, remember that Nissan GT4 that I talked about that Nissan was developing? Pretty much you can buy a race car made for the GT4 series, which is pretty much like restrictive track racing where cars are pretty much highly competitive and there's certain rules and boundaries that you got to stay within, right? You can't build like 1,000 horsepower GT4 cars all within the same like 400 or 500 horsepower. So let's talk about some of the specs because I think the thing is people think that they can go buy this car like from the dealer and drive it on the street. No, this car is specifically made for GT4 series. But anyways, let's go. Let's talk about it. Nissan had unrevealed this GT4 car to the public the first time in SEMA show Las Vegas, while also unrevealing new technical details about the car. Now, let me fast forward some of the stuff. The car is powered by a tuned VR30. Pretty much, you guys know, up to about 450 horsepower. We know this isn't much power. Yes, 450 horsepower isn't much, right? But remember, this is a GT4 car, so it has to stay between that 450 and I believe 500 horsepower area. Although the exact output is subject to balance and performance parameters, it measures at about 4380 in length and 1870 in width, weighing in an estimate about 3,100 pounds. So this car has been cut about 400 pounds compared to the outgoing, well, I don't say outgoing, but the current Nissan Z that's on the market on your showroom floor. The GT4 is rocking a 18 by 10.5 wheel and 18 by 11 in the rear, and it's priced at $230,000. That is quite a lot of money to spend. But remember that some of them, it's not like they just took the car and just like it's not like they took the car and just threw it together. Like this car was like fully stripped and they built it back up from frame up. So it is a track car. This is not going to be what you get at from the Nissan Z. They really built this car. So $230,000 is a quite a cheap price to pay, knowing that you get a car race ready. Nissan has stated that it intends to provide cars to pilot customer teams to race in the Pirelli GT4 American Series and the Super Taio or Taku series in Japan with technical support from Nismo. It will then accept customers' orders mid 2023 and delivery scheduled in 2024. Nissan returns to the GT4 competition for the first time since 2018. The 370Z GT4 raced full time in the British Championship. A concept version of the new car was previously entered into the Fuji 24 Hours and also appeared in a Super Taku rounds prior to its unrevealing. Additionally, Michael Car Chemical Nissan Sport Car Global Program Director indicated that the car has undergone testing in the U.S. soul as well. The SEMA show is an ideal place to debut the GT4 to races enthusiasts and an entire industry. Guys, once again, as much as you guys don't really care about it, I care. We should care because it's starting to get ramped up now. Now the car, Nissan Z, is looking like a sports car again, right? We are in the throes of preparing the 2023 race season, testing here locally this past weekend, and we're looking forward to continue to talk with teams and continue to establish the Z as a force to be reckoned with on the tracks across the world. I love how that sounds like. And honestly, I believe the car is going to deliver. The car looks good. I like the paint scheme. It looks really good. Um Looks good. The front end putting the black right there really makes you not see the grill either. I like that they actually went with that look. Now, I want to talk about this part. I think this part is very important for a lot of you guys who don't really pay attention. I In my last video when I talked about the GT4, I said it looks like the car has an air-to-air setup, right? I said it. I was the first person to say it. I'm not saying first really matters. I don't have millions of people watching me, but here it goes. It has an air-to-air setup. The pipes onto the two outer sides are what comes up from the turbo. They got rid of the air-to-water system. It goes straight forward and comes from the bottom up. So if the air charge goes from the bottom of the intercoolers and comes up and then goes across back into the intake manifold and down. Also, what I see here is they look like they did a couple of Nismo stuff with it. Like it looked like they relocated the canister for the engine coolant. Seems like it still has very stock air boxes, but I believe a lot of the stuff was Nismo done. There's a lot of Nismo things and stuff on this car. Also, you can see the power steering fluid there because it doesn't use electronic steering. I believe that's a power steering fluid that they actually must have added to the car because I doubt they still have electronic steering. Adjustable sway bar, and I really don't see too much else that really stands out to my eye that I might have missed here. But nonetheless, look what they did. Let me see the interior. They see like they stripped out the interior and they just put deletes in, black deletes. They got rid of some of the center console and they put a tachometer for that. They got a racing steel with simple buttons for simple stuff. Look at the gear stick and all that stuff. They changed all this stuff up. This is a fully tracked out car. And when they built this car, they once again they stripped the every nut and bolt and everything from the bottom and they built it up. So when you guys see $230,000, this is for a race car built from factory. So you could take it out to the streets. For you to do this type of work will take time, money, and a lot of freaking patience, and probably will cost more than if you went and bought a Z and wanted to do it on your own. See what I'm saying? Like, this is probably one of the most top qualities you can honestly really get out of a pretty much out the box race car that you can buy to compete with. Super dope. Super dope. Remember, this is something like what they did with like the Mustangs. I think it was like the Mustang Jet. When you can actually buy a race car from Ford and they send it to you. I believe it was almost the same price or even more expensive. So it's not unrealistic to see that the car price is going to be this high because you bought a race car from factory. Like, of course, you're going to pay a premium. Can you cut corners? Yes. Are you going to cut corners? Probably. But it won't be built like this. But nonetheless, guys, shout out to the whole Boost in Motion family. Thank you for tapping in with your boy Boost today. I just wanted to showcase some of that and just talk about a little bit of it. Remember, as much as you guys tell me, Boost, you need to go get outside. I don't drive that often no more. So I just try my best to report the news and just give you guys some really good informative information and honestly giving you my opinion, what I see and what I know. But outside of guys, you have a good morning, good afternoon, good night. You already know what to do. Hit me up at Boost Motion IG and Facebook. Also, I have a boostinmotion at gmail.com. You guys have a good day. I appreciate you. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Do appreciate you guys. Love you guys very much. You can also check out the 2 links I posted for some of my other videos. Also, on top of that, if you want to purchase some Boost in Motion merch, definitely check the link that I posted also. And finally, if you've been watching all my videos and you enjoy them, please hit the link to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Thank you.